thank you all for joining today. Again, I'm Jonathan Walker, and I've been here at the Elliott School for 4 years now, and I have the pleasure of serving as the Assistant Dean for Student Services, Diversity, and Inclusion. And if I could just echo Josh's sentiments regarding the hoping that you and your loved ones are doing particularly well during these unprecedented times. I know that it can be difficult in thinking about the next few months, given all the uncertainty that's happening. And so I really just applaud you for participating in today's online admitted student day. I also want to, of course, congratulate you on your admissions to the Elliott School. And Carter, I don't know if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself or do you want to wait?
Sure, I'd be happy to. Yeah, just to echo Jonathan's sentiments, congratulations to each of you for your admission to Elliott. I will say, as both a staff and student myself, my decision to join Elliott has been one of the best decisions I've made in a very long time, so I'm looking forward to speaking with you all.
All right, perfect. So at the Elliott School, we certainly have a keen focus on each student's professional development. This is evident through both our curriculum that we provide and the services that we offer to all of our students. One of our overarching goals is to prepare international affairs practitioners who have the necessary skills to really advance in their chosen field or industry. And so today, Carter and I will be talking about two specific opportunities for professional development through our curriculum more specifically, and that's through our professional skills courses and the Capstone course. Our director for the Office of Graduate Student Services, Jim Wild, will talk more about career development during your next presentation so that you have a full understanding of all what Elliott provides to all of our students to promote their success. The Elliott School was one of the first to offer its graduate students with a full set of professional skills courses that is really focused on those practical skills that students need to be successful in their chosen careers. And the skills courses are sort of, in summary, a one-credit professional development workshop that, again, talks about that practical experience that can be applied to your workplace. We have a strong emphasis at Elliott in terms of students exploring theory, but how do they translate that theory into actual practice in the workplace? And so most of your academic programs will allow you to take up to 3 credits in terms of skills courses, but it's important for you to consult with your academic advisor and program director regarding the specific requirements for your program. The skills courses are designated under course numbers IAFF 6502 and 6503. And so from this side, you can see a sampling of some of the professional skills courses that we offer. You can enroll in a skills course during the fall, the spring, or the summer semester, so they're offered each semester. And these courses and their descriptions are available on the graduate academic section of our website. We offer courses that help students strengthen their fundamental skills, such as formal briefing and public speaking, to more advanced skills, such as political analysis and gaming, to more specialized knowledge, such as the role of the U.S. Embassy. And if you're looking to improve your language ability, we also offer language skills courses as you're preparing for your language proficiency examination. So whether you're interested in working in the private, nonprofit, or public sector, we offer an array of skills courses that would help you in increasing your competitiveness. So I've talked about one of the ways that our students have a competitive advantage through the professional skills courses. Now I'll talk briefly about other ways that the Elliott Schools offer better advantage. Our faculty really are amazing, and I'm sure Carter can speak to this just as a student also at Elliott in terms of these are practitioners who are actively involved in the policy community, and so having an opportunity to take a course with these faculty really provide an exceptional experience for our students. We offer an array of events each year, over 300 events a year, so we really provide a holistic experience for our students, both in and outside the classroom. As a professional school, we believe that it's important for our students to have, again, that practical experience through employment and internships. So we offer all of our classes in the afternoon, after 5, evening, so that we can accommodate those experiences. Of course, You join a network of alumni both at Elliott and GW, and there's a number of different platforms to engage and network with these groups. And one of the important resources that you'll have at the Elliott is the Office of Grad Student Services, which is our one-stop sort of location for questions regarding study abroad, advising, and professional development. And of course, our location. We're certainly located in the heart of the nation's capital, and so access to a number of different resources really provide an exceptional experience for our students. And I'll turn it over to Carter.
Thanks, Jonathan. Josh, can you just confirm that my microphone's on?
It is, and I have switched over the presenter opportunity to you, so you should be able to scroll through the slides.
Perfect. So hi, everyone. Like I just said earlier, just huge congratulations to each of you on your admission to the Elliott School. As I was saying, I am both a staff. I'm the Global Capstone Coordinator for our Capstone program here at the Elliott School, and also a student. So speaking to you kind of from both capacities today. So yeah, Global Capstone. Global Capstone really is the Elliott School's culminating experience. It's our signature project for our graduate students, and it's something that we're really proud of here at the Elliott School. Now, it's kind of, I guess, funny to be talking to you about the Global Capstone, you know, as you guys are thinking of starting your graduate experience, and it is our kind of final culminating experience, but we do find it important to kind of start off the bat to explain, you know, sort of what Capstone is, so that you can kind of be thinking about Capstone even as you begin your graduate experience with us. And so I really just want to kind of emphasize how Capstone really fits into our larger mission at the Elliott School. And so just to kind of briefly go over our mission is to educate the next generation of international leaders. And so that's all of you who would be joining us at Elliott. It's to conduct research and produce scholarship that advances understanding of important global issues, and also to engage the public and policy community in the United States and around the world, fostering international dialogue and shaping policy solutions. And so Capstone really is the culmination of these three pieces of our mission. We are building international leaders for the globe that are researchers on global issues in the policy community. So what is Capstone? Essentially, Capstone is sort of mimicking professional experience while you're in graduate school. And now we're aware that several of you, and probably most of you, actually have professional experience yourself. But Capstone really gives that opportunity for a real policy focus on a professional experience. You will work in teams over the course of an academic year, so it's a 2-semester sequence, on a real-world policy issue that you essentially get to sort of craft yourself with your team. It is a research policy sort of piece, and so there really is that kind of research component. We're wanting to build, you know, leaders who are researchers and who have the skills to support that research. You're essentially training to be researchers. Like I said earlier, it is a focus on global policy challenges. And so one of the kind of things that we hear often about our Capstone projects is just that our students, or the clients that work with our students actually say, you know, our students actually have really innovative solutions that they find to some of the challenges that they're working on. So this isn't just desk research, right? This isn't just a research paper. It really is an innovative kind of problem-solving piece. And so I guess one point that I would kind of pick out too is that you really get to choose your groups. And so that's kind of an exciting part about Capstone as well. You're not assigned to a particular project. You're not assigned to a particular group. You get to actually kind of choose your instructor, choose your thematic topic, and also, kind of find a team that your kind of experiences work together. And so we really see it as a resume builder and a networking opportunity for our students. And so Capstone here at the Elliott School of International Affairs really is the culminating experience for all of our graduate programs. So each graduate program does have a capstone that you will go through. Most programs have a two-semester sequence, so it's 4 credits that you'll be going through. Probably 4 of the toughest credits at the Elliott School that you'll go through. I mean, 4 credits doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a pretty heavy load. And 7 of our kind of programs have actually come together to form the global capstone. So that's our international affairs, security policy, global comms, Asian studies, international economic policy, international science and tech policy, and Europe and Eurasian studies. So those 7 programs have come together to kind of form the global capstone, which means that actually those of you that are in certain programs would actually be able to be in a class with colleagues and students who are from other programs. So you might be a security policy student who's actually in the same group as an international science and tech policy, and that would inform your project and actually be able to kind of create sort of new, connections across programs that we see as unique and really important to the capstone experience. So like I said, it is kind of that culminating experience for your graduate program. And so in order to register for your capstone, you have to have 18 credits completed. Most students do complete the capstone within their final year of their graduate program. So here's just a really kind of brief overview of our projects last year. We normally have around 300 plus students in capstone. And so this is just a very, very small kind of snapshot of some of the projects that students worked on last year. Everything from, you'd see cyber trafficking in Mexico, nuclear focus in Pakistan and India, gender mainstreaming in parts of sort of Northern Africa. The range of projects is wide and kind of reflects, I guess, the interests, academic and professional interests of our students. One piece I really want to emphasize is just our travel and fieldwork component. And so we actually, as the capstone office, are able to provide travel awards for students who are wanting to travel as part of their capstone. And so we do have a large kind of percentage of students that travel normally during the kind of spring break time frame. And so they'll normally be traveling, kind of to conduct research, either with their client organization that they work with. And so we have a wide range of regions also that students travel to. You'll see the Middle East didn't have a very large number last year. That's because our Middle East Studies program had their own capstone program, but all the other regions kind of have a wide variety of students that are traveling there to conduct research. So just in terms of preparing for capstone, sort of some of the ideas that we sort of have as an office for you as you begin your graduate experience really is to ensure that you have, that you're looking at research methods, skills-based courses, and even taking advantage of some of our short-term abroad offerings that we offer at the Elliott School. And so I'll just hop on to our next one. We have several different research methods courses that we offer. And, I guess as somebody who's sort of been coordinating this program now, seeing the kind of outstanding, I guess, advantage that students have if they take research methods kind of in their first or second semesters, or at least first or second years as graduate students, because it really does inform and strengthen your capstone projects. So this is just a snapshot of some of the research methods courses that we offer at Elliott. And of course, our skills-based courses, as Jonathan was mentioning earlier, we have a pretty wide variety of skills-based courses. Writing skills is one of them. Our employers that we work with have sort of reiterated to us over and over again that writing skills is sort of one of the top key, I guess, skills that they're looking for from recent graduates. And so our skills-based courses can really inform your capstone as well as just kind of up your, I guess, professional sort of, resume. And on top of that, we have other skills-based courses such as negotiation skills, formal briefing, public speaking that all kind of would inform your capstone experience as well. So I think on that, I'm going to kind of look and see if there's any questions that have come in as we've been going through. I know, Yadira, you've been answering some of as they've come in. And Jonathan, obviously, feel free to jump into. So I see Sarah asked a question, and Josh, let me know if I'm kind of doing this correctly with the questions. But Sarah was just asking a question, is it correct there's no traditional capstone for the MIPP? And that is, the MIPP program does have a leadership project that you will go through, but it's not, I guess, it's not part of the global capstone, but it does have its own kind of leadership project that you will work on. Let's see, scrolling through the rest of these questions. Nega says, in regards to professional development, oh, it just jumped every time a question comes in. Josh, is there any way to make the questions not jump? Probably not.
Unfortunately, no, but if you want me to kind of moderate the questions that have not been answered already by Yadira or Jonathan.
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I do that too.
Perfect.
Okay.
It's jumping every time I start to read one.
Yeah. Okay, let me start down here. What are some examples of employers students work with for the capstone?
Oh, that's an excellent question. So our clients that students work with kind of range everywhere from kind of some of the bigger name kind of government agencies here in DC, so State Department, USAID. We have students that are working with the DoD, as well as, I guess, kind of smaller kind of think tanks or nonprofit organizations. We also have groups that have worked with the World Bank in the past. And so it really is as kind of as wide as your network can cast, or as our network can kind of help to support to connect you with. Yeah.
Now, Carter, can you also describe for our students the difference between a capstone and a thesis, and also the requirements at the Elliott School if a student is interested in doing a thesis?
Sure, absolutely. And so here at Elliott, capstone really is sort of, I guess it really is in place of a thesis. It kind of is more of, I guess, the thesis is a bit more traditional, and the capstone really is sort of a more innovative, kind of dynamic sort of culminating experience. We do still offer a thesis option for students who are interested in it. So that would be in addition to your capstone experience. But really with capstone, it's the difference is you're working in a team versus doing your thesis on your own. And the client piece is really the sort of exceptional and most important kind of, I guess, piece of the puzzle, just because you do get that real world hands-on experience of working with a professional client who, kind of potentially would be able to connect you in the future to networking opportunities for your future career after graduate school.
So I know you mentioned the Middle East Studies program has their own capstone requirement. So does the Latin American and Hemispheric Studies have its own capstone project, or is that not a requirement for the program?
That's correct. So Latin American Hemispheric Studies also have their individual capstone, as well as the International Development Studies students, IDS. And so those three kind of specialize regionally, and then I guess thematically, and the other 7 programs join global capstone. And so, yeah, that kind of answers that.
And so for the capstone, do students form groups first or pick their capstone project first?
That's an excellent question. So I guess there's a few different ways students go about finding their group, their thematic kind of section, and then overarchingly their project. And so we have around 17 faculty who teach 17 sections of Capstone, and each of those sections kind of have a different thematic focus. So we have defense and tech policy, we have foreign affairs, transnational security, we have tech and international affairs, gender policy. And so students are able to self-select into that specific section or course, and then either sort of throughout the course of their graduate kind of studies, they either find kind of others that they might want to kind of do their capstone with kind of core complementary focuses, or they're able to be kind of matched when they're in their kind of class themselves, and able to find others with similar focuses.
All right, I know Yadira kind of already briefly answered this question through the chat feature, but I want to talk a little bit more about the travel aspect of Capstone.
Yeah.
And have students been able to travel extensively, something like a semester for the Capstone project, or is it more short term?
Yeah, that's an excellent question. And so the travel component really is a key piece of the Capstone experience. Obviously, right now, just under the circumstances that we're in, that was a challenge for our students this year. Of course, we don't know what the future holds, but ideally, kind of, you know, sort of, if kind of things kind of go back to normal, Capstone should have a travel component for a week or two, normally over the course of spring break. And so our Capstone groups normally travel, sort of within that short kind of time frame in order to conduct some sort of a research project that kind of contributes to their research and their overall project. A lot of students do have a client that they're working with. I know our International Development Studies program, it's required to have a client. On Global Capstone, it's optional, but recommended. And a lot of times students will travel to wherever in sort of globally that they've been working with their client on. And so, yeah, it's obviously, it's optional to travel, but it's highly recommended and something that our office is able to provide funding to support. And we do see it as an exciting opportunity, especially as the School of International Affairs. We do see international travel as such a key piece of your culminating experience that we do really highly recommend that.
So I think we have time for one more question, and I'll kind of shift gears here to possibly Jonathan answering this question. That's a little bit more focused on academic advising. I know that Yadira and Jonathan have been kind of powerhousing through the chat box with answers to your questions, but I think this would be a good point to bring up in terms of not only discussing academic advising at the Elliott School, but also working with your advisor and your program director. So Jonathan, can you discuss a little bit more about how students will consult with their academic advisor and program director, both simultaneously, but also what they do separately with both individuals?
Sure. That's actually a great question. And so the academic advisor is a professional staff member at the Elliott School that's housed in the Graduate Student Services Office. They are not necessarily an international affairs expert. They certainly know the curriculum and know courses. However, they're more familiar with the policies and procedures, the process for registering for classes, and can walk through helping students make their decisions. Your program director is the content expert, right? And so if you have questions with regard to what you're interested in exploring, your program director will be able to answer those questions. Both are invaluable resources here at the school, and you'll work with both during your time here at Elliott to map out the requirements for your degree.